What's going on, everybody? This is BucosLocker, your host, Isaiah, coming through again. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel. You know my routine. Share all the videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify all new videos that's posted on this channel. This channel can't grow without you, so you must share the videos and like the videos. And we almost to 4,000 subs, so we about 500 away, 540 away, I think. Last time I checked, I think 540, maybe 510, I don't know. We should be able to get to 4,000 when the Bucs get to the Super Bowl. So stay tuned for that. More on that anyway later on. But as you can see, I made a couple shout outs in the chat room. DX Sire, Ryan, Astro Bay, Malcolm Harvey on the shooters, Armor Man 2.0. Who else in the chat room? Ooh, a little honey. I'm outside. Now I gotta replace it. So yeah, let's let a few people come in the chat room, man. Come on in. Hey yo, y'all better stop taking y'all vehicles to them shops, man. Getting overcharged on labor charges, man. Y'all better learn how to work on vehicles, man. I'm about to change out a radiator. Dude want to charge me $300 worth of labor. And the part was like $200. So basically about $400 to $500 for a radiator, which only takes about 2 hours of your time if you have time. And I'm about to change out my radiator. I already took it out, but I'm about to put the new one in. So I'm outside messing with my Silverado. I got a Silverado. So anyway, y'all see the sign. Y'all see the title of the video. I'm outside with it today. Let's talk a little bit. We're gonna talk about the trenches. In the trenches, Bucs versus Saints in the trenches. Locker room talk. Great matchups between both teams on both sides of the ball. I think this is the biggest matchup within the game. Outside of coaching, this is like the second biggest matchup. You know, I talked about the Sean Payton and Bruce Arians matchup. And the next biggest matchup is the trenches. Bucs O-line, D-line versus the Saints O-line, D-line. It's going to be a dogfight. It ain't going to be easy. You know, Alex Kappa, a broken ankle, so he will not be playing, unfortunately. Get well, Alex Kappa. You've had a very good season, very good season. You made a jump, the jump I was expecting you to make. Haven't allowed a sack, I believe, or something like that, 1 sack maybe. But Ted Larson, Joe Haig couldn't cut it. So they're gonna go with the undrafted rookie or undrafted free agent, Aaron Stinney. He has a monumental task ahead of him. He does. A monumental task. It's going to be tough sledding for Aaron Stinney. He's going to need a lot of help. He's going to need a lot of help from Ryan Jensen. So there will be a lot of one-on-one blocking with Ali Marpet, which means he can't too much help with number 76 because of the weak spot on the O-line, which is the right guard. Am I concerned? Yes. Because there's a big drop-off from Alex Kappa to Aaron Stinney. In a game of this magnitude, an undrafted guy, unproven guy, it's scary, folks. So to think that everything is going to be A-okay, for the most part, it will be. But there is a big concern on the right side of the O-line. I think Tristian will be fine. Ali Marpet will be fine. And Ryan Jensen to be fine, but you know the Saints' interior is pretty tough. They have one of the best interior pass rushers or pass rushing teams in the NFL They got 4 guys that can get after the quarterback interior wise, and they can line up pretty much all over the place. To be honest with you, the Saints really don't have a typical D-line setting, right? They got their bookends, right? They got, Trey Hendrickson and Cam Jordan and Davenport and Granderson, but the interior is pretty tough too. David, what's his name? David Imada, Malcolm Brown and Sheldon Rankins. Even Davenport can line up in the middle. So they're very versatile up front. They're about 7 to 8 deep. And the Bucs O-line, has played pretty good for the most part of the year. 22 sacks. 22 sacks they gave up. And that's kind of like, with the passing game has shortened up quite a bit this year, percentage-wise. More short passes this year than the previous years. So that is a offensive velocity change because of the quarterback. But he still took a lot of deep shots too. So, but the line has made a jump too, as a unit, for the most part. But the unit has had some suspect games when it comes to aggressive D lines. And aggressive D lines do give this team a problem for some strange reason. The Washington football team had some success getting to Brady. Young D-line, talented D-line, but the experience wasn't there. And now the Bucs go from the Washington football team D-line to the Saints D-line. A better unit. Now the Washington football team D-line has better talent as far as like high profile picks and stuff, but the Saints D-line is much better. They're much better against the run. They can rush the passer. So they have versatility on the Saints D-line. And number 76 and Ali Marpet and Ryan Jansen, Aaron Stinney, and Tristian Wrifs, it's going to take a perfect game for the Bucs O-line to come out with the victory. You can't have too many lapses. Like, is the Bucs O-line gonna be perfect in the Saints game? No, we're not expecting the Bucs O-line to be perfect. And if the Bucs O-line end up being perfect, great. That's great for us. But am I expecting them to be perfect? No, but I'm expecting them to be close to perfect. They will draw up a game plan to help Aaron Stinney. They'll protect him with Ryan Jansen, which means a lot of one-on-one blocks with Ali Marpet and number 76. And it's a concern on the left tackle situation, because Trey Hendrickson is injured or has a neck stinger. He's 2 last 3 games, but he's been limited practice, so I'm pretty sure he's going to play. And that is number 76, Achilles heel. Good pass rushers, we've already seen this multiple times last season, that experienced and really good pass rushers get to number 76. They don't beat him all game long, right? They beat him in key moments. Number 76, he can be steady for the most part, but it's just his lapses in certain situations in the game. When you don't need to give up a sack, he gives up a sack. In big moments, key situations, number 76 tends not to come through with the. If Brady can get time, he's going to complete the. He needs time. I've seen the numbers. Without the blitz, the numbers look immaculate. Without the pressure, the numbers look immaculate. But when you put pressure on Brady, we've already seen this. He looks like a totally different quarterback. One of the worst in the NFL under pressure. They have a stat. It's called Brady's at 56.8% under pressure. One of the worst in the NFL. It's 32 starting quarterbacks, or more than 32 starting quarterbacks, are qualified for this ranking, and that's pretty bad. Due to the fact that, the lack of mobility, Brady doesn't function well under pressure. And the Saints know this, and they continue to put pressure on Brady both games last season. Hit 16 times, sacked 6 times, 5 interceptions. And the Saints know what they got to do. The Saints don't need to do anything different on the D-line. What can they do different that can make their D-line better against the Bucs O-line? Nothing. We know what the Saints going to bring. Well, the Bucs O-line know what the Saints D-line going to bring. Pressure. Without blitzing. The Saints D-line They can get back there with 4 rushers, maybe 5, depending on who, if they want to blitz Demario Davis. But they don't really need to blitz to get to Brady. And they understand this, which allows them to drop 7, 6 guys in coverage. The more guys in coverage, the more confusion for Brady. But the key is if Brady can get time, the Saints secondary in trouble. Now, we'll get to that in another video, but the O-line must show up. They must play better. I mean, a monumental. It's not even a question about what should they do. It's just basically you gotta a game. You gotta bring a game. It's almost like it's unexplainable. It's like it's kind of hard to kind of sit there and explain. It's like what the Bucs O-line gotta do. Play better than they played the last 2 times they played the Saints. The Bucs O-line can play better, and they should play better. Because if they play any better than the first 2 games last season, the 2 games they played against the Saints last season, that's a big win for us. That's a huge win for us. If the Bucs just get a uptick on their O-line play. You know, we seen the last game, 38-3. The Bucs ran the ball 5 times. The 5th carry was on a kneel down. In order for the Bucs to be effective this game, they must run the ball. There's no way around it. It's no bombs away. No, you got to run the ball. I looked at some stats. His stats tell a lot about this team, man. It does. In the Bucs losses, they lost the time. Every time the Bucs lose, they lose the time of possession. TOP. Why is that? Can't establish a run. You can't keep the ball in your possession because you don't know how to run the ball. Go look it up yourself. Every game pretty much the Bucs lost except for the Bears game. Lost time of possession. Why? No running game. Run the ball. It's just that simple. You gotta keep the Saints D-line honest. 5 carries when we got our butts whooped, taken to the woodshed and shellacked. 5 running plays? How do you expect to win a game against a team, a top tier team, when you run the ball 5 times? So basically you're saying, Brady, take it away. We saw how that worked out. Put the pressure all on the quarterback. Don't work like that. So I'm expecting this O-line to run block better. They should be able to. They should be able to. I think the key for the Bucs is 20 carries. Establish the run early. 20 carries is the goal. I know it's hard for Bruce Arians and Brian Leftwich, and they want to play to their strength. But you got to switch it up. You got to be able to switch this up this time. You got to catch the Saints off guard. Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette with his quad, if he's going to play, but they got to switch it up. There is no way around it. 5 carries will not win this game because that puts so much pressure on your passing offense to get first downs. 1st and 10 turns into 2nd and 9. 2nd and 8. Come on, man. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 8. Deep shot. 15-yard balls down the field. Incomplete. Punt the ball. Can't do that. O-line must be able to run block. No matter how you spin it. You can run around here, talk about the weapons and all this. It doesn't work when you don't run the ball. It's time of every time they lose time of possession, they lose the game. They even lost time of possession to the Minnesota Vikings last year. We got lucky that game. The Vikings had the ball almost 2 times more than the Bucs, but unfortunately they had a whack kicker, Dan Beetle Bailey, missing extra points and field goals. The Bucs won the game 26-14. They got lucky in that game. They lost the time of possession and probably should have lost that game. Let's call a spade a spade. The Bucs need to run the ball. When you go look at the Saints wins, they hold the ball a lot. 35 minutes, 38 minutes, 40 minutes. Control the clock, control the game. You can dictate the game if you control the ball. Bombs away will not cut it this game. The O-line just not ready. Just got to get the O-line involved more. Dropping back 45 times, it's just the recipe for disaster with 8 runs. And the Saints lost. When the Saints lost, they lost time possession too. So if the O-line can block the Saints D-line and establish that run, let the Saints D-line know we're going to punch you, smack you in the mouth, and look down at them. Get your wannabe Washington football team D-line. Think about what you did, you know. Shouts out to Andre Boyd. But it just like, it's frustrating as a Bucs fan. You got a nice running game. Did y'all know the Bucs run game, rushing attempts is like the second least or the third least in the NFL in rushing attempts? That's kind of crazy, right? As good as Rojo has run the ball this year, the Bucs rushing attempts is like bottom 5. This is the game not to revert back to bombs away. Can't revert to bombs away. It's going to be tempting because so many weapons, too many bodies on the weaponry. I know, want to sling the ball around. I get it, folks. I know y'all want to see high flying and scoring the ball. AB, Godwin, Evans, Gronkowski, Brady. Y'all, Scotty Miller. Y'all want to see bombs away. But it don't work against the Saints. Can't do that. I know it stings. It stings, Bucs fans. I know you want to see 45 points, 50 points. But you got to be able to run the ball. Establish the run, punch in the mouth. Good things will come out of it if you can run the ball and punch the Saints D-line in the mouth, the front 7. Oh, PFF. Oh, the good old PFF. Bucs pass defense. 6th rank in the PFF rankings. Oh, my gosh. PFF is so a joke. 6th ranked pass defense. If anybody believed that, that's why you can't rely on PFF for nothing. Nobody. I don't care how much you think how good Carlton Davis is. Nobody believes the Bucs pass defense, according to PFF, is 6th ranked in the NFL. This is why you can't rely on PFF. This is why when Bucs fan base speak on PFF about the O-line, I laugh. It's ridiculous. It's manipulated to make a team look good. It don't fool BucosLocker. I laugh. 6th ranked pass defense. Based on what? Oh, let me see. Okay. 6th ranked pass defense. The opponent's quarterback completion percentage, the Bucs rank 29th. But it's a 6th ranked pass defense. But I'm not going to get on that. I'm going to leave that alone. Now, let's flip the script a little bit. Such a joke. PFF. Jesus. Now, the Bucs D-line versus the Saints O-line. Going to flip the script a little bit. Now, the Bucs D-line is tough against the run. We know that. The Saints will try to establish the run. Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, Latavius Murray. That's a good combination of running backs. Right? That's a good combination of running backs. But the Bucs D-line can stop the run. We can make the Saints one-dimensional. Right? We stopped Alvin Kamara first game of the season. And in the second game, last year, the Saints ran the ball over 20 times. They had 130 yards rushing. It was running back by committee. Kamara didn't do nothing in the second game. It was Latavius Murray and Taysom Hill had like 1 or 2 good runs, right? The quarterback scramble when he jumped over Jordan Whitehead. But don't let that fool you, folks. The Saints can't run the ball on us. They know that, but they're gonna attempt to run the ball. They're gonna try to run the ball, but they're not gonna. They get amped up. It's great if you make the Saints one-dimensional, but the question is about the Bucs D-line is the pass rush. These are questions that a lot of y'all should have too as well. Can the Bucs get to Drew Brees? Yeah, they can. It's just how they get to him. They already know he's 6 foot, so he can't see. Get your hands up. Bat some balls down. The Bucs haven't really did that a lot. Put your hands up. You know Drew Brees like to get the hands quick. Put your hands up. JPP, Shaq Barrett, and Dominican Sue, Ledbetter, Nacho, get your hands up. Wilson, he can't even see over there. Oh, we're not batting balls down. But these are the adjustments that the Bucs D-line need to make from what I see, in my opinion. Remember, it's my opinion. In my opinion, the Bucs need to start batting some balls down. Because if the Bucs, we already know this, if the Bucs pressure Drew Brees, he's not going to function well in this offense. The Bucs D-line will make a huge impact on this game if they can get more aggressive. Get aggressive. This is one game. This is a one-game season. Get more aggressive. Because I went back and watched the second. I don't even watch the first game. The first game, I threw that in the trash. First game of the season, I get it. The second game of the season stands out to me. And when I went back and watched the second game, and I watched the Bucs D-line, there was no pressure. Drew Brees completed, I think, 81% passes. Granted, it was only for 230, 240, or 220. 4 touchdowns. It was 80% completion percentage. Where's the pressure? It's like a fan, right? What does Todd Bowles do to get to Drew Brees? What does he do? How does he do it? When does he do it? The downs and distance. Does he bring the house? Go back and watch the second game. Look at the pressure. They had JPP drop it back in coverage. Even though he dropped that pick, if he'd have caught that pick, game, because the Saints was driving. But I noticed JPP even was dropping back in coverage. Why? And they were rushing 3. I saw that a lot. Rushing 3. Dropping JPP or dropping Shaq Barrett. Dropping the Anthony Nelson. You can't do that again. It was so bad. He was dropping 8 guys in coverage, and Drew Brees was still completing balls to wide open men. How do you drop 7 or 8 people and still get balls completed on you? Go back and watch that second game. I'm just saying. These are the keys of the games that I saw. These are the things that I saw in the second game. Bucs should not be doing in this third game. Because you got to, and the Bucs are capable of doing that. It's not like they can't do it. They can do it. It's just Todd Bowles just got to be more creative and get to Drew Brees. If you know he's getting the ball out of his hands quick, you got to make the D-line get their hands up. It's football one-on-one. Get your hands up. If the ball is green 80, hut, ball out, hands up. It's simple. As simple as it sounds, as I say it sounds. The question is, can you? And also, what the Bucs need to do is the rotation on the D-line. I seen somebody bring it up, and I brought this up before, but when Lavonte David and Devin White was on the rush ends, when they was on the, it was the outside linebackers. I remember I told y'all I liked that pass rushing scheme when you had Lavonte David and outside linebackers, the rush ends on third downs. It puts speed on the edge. and you slide JPP and Shaq Barrett and then Dominican Sue, of course, in the middle, put them three in the middle. That puts pressure on Drew Brees, on the quarterback. But I like that lineup. Devin White, Lavonte David on the edges. Shaq Barrett, JPP, and Dominican Sue in the middle. Rush in the middle. You got three talented guys in the middle of the D-line coming pressure in the middle. Lavonte David and Devin White on the edges. I guarantee they can sack Drew Brees multiple times with that lineup. I guarantee you they can make the Saints D O-line look like crap with that D-line. With that lineup right there. Because you got speed on the edges, and the Bucs lack speed the edges. They do. We know it. We see the games. We're talking about the trenches, folks. I'm not talking about the weapons and the Saints weapons and the Bucs weapons. I'm talking trenches where it matters. None of this stuff on both teams matter if the trenches don't work. So you can sit there and talk about the offense all day and D all day and whine and complain and, oh, we got this and one guy gonna make a difference. No, the trenches is going to make the difference. So you can D-ride all day about one player. You can do that all day. It don't matter what you say. What matters on that field, and the trenches matter. At the end of the day, the Bucs D must play substantially better, or none of the D-riding or the offense don't matter. Period. That's where it goes. Everybody like to talk about how to look, but don't talk about the engine. Nobody wants to talk about the engine. The O-line, D-line. That's the engine of the Bucs team. That's the engine of the Saints team. That's the engine of any NFL team. The trenches. In games like this, so you can ride all you want. Breeze, Brady, Kamara, we got this, we got that. It don't matter if you can't control the clock within the trenches, the game within the game. Side of the coaching, this is the biggest matchup. It's proven. Y'all seen the games. 2 games last year. Bunch of evidence to let you know that the trenches was between both games. And you still got people ignoring that. And then right here talking about Godwin, Evans, and Antonie, Brady, Gronkowski, break. O.J. Howard. We got Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. We got. Don't want to talk about the O-line. Don't want to talk about the D-line. Don't want to talk about the trenches, but you want to talk about all. And both matchups got a butt whoop in the trenches. But you continue to talk about the weapons and D-riding somebody all day long. D-ride. The Bucs offense is humming. Yeah, the Bucs offense looks great. They have looked great. They've been putting the butt whooping on everybody. 400 yards total, 5 yards total offense, beating them up, beating teams up. But as soon as they play the Saints, it's a different story. Why is that? The trenches. So D-ride all you want to. You're going to look like a fool. Number 76, I'm worried about you. Aaron Stinney, I'm really worried about you. If they can just hold up in the trenches, the Bucs will be fine. My predictions will be pregame. But I'll get what I'm saying. Now we're gonna flip it back to the other side, to the Bucs O-line. Now what can also help the Bucs O-line? Tight ends, particularly Gronkowski. The 12 personnel, or even 13 personnel. The 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. But you do tip your hand when you run that type of offense or that type of personnel formation. Yeah. You can put Gronk out there and put Gronk on help him chip with Trey Hendrickson or Cam Jordan. I think Tristian can handle Cam Jordan. He did that. He's proven that. Tristian can handle Cam Jordan one-on-one. It's Trey Hendrickson. Slide Rob Gronkowski, WW Gronk, slide him over to the side, and you chip Trey Hendrickson. Yes, he's playing. Trey is playing. You slide WW Gronk over to Trey Hendrickson side, and you help number 76, Hendricks. And you take the running back, Fournette or Ronald Jones, and you chip Cam, you chip the blitzer or whatever, or you pick up the blitz if they decide to blitz. Or you help with Aaron Stinney with the running back. But the only thing about run 12, you kind of tip your hand because you know if 12 formation comes, Rob Gronkowski is going to block. Cameron Brate's going out for a route. Or it's a deep shot. That's the only thing about running the 12 personnel that the Bucs do when they run in 12 personnel. 2 tight running back. Because we already know Cameron Brate can't block. But sometimes you got to do something that you've never done before. Sometimes you got to say, Cameron Brate, you got to line up and block. And have Rob Gronkowski go out for a pass. And Cameron Brate block. Sometimes you just got to switch it up. The Bucs to do is do things different. You can't go in there doing the things you did in both games last year in this game. Like, this is why I think we're going to see a different Bucs team. We are. I think we're going to see a different. We're going to do some things that they didn't do in the 2 games last year. They've clearly improved in certain areas. But now it's to see how it looks against a really good defense like the Saints, an all-around defense. In the Washington football team, they have a good defense. But the Saints defense is all around better than the Washington football team defense. You get what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying, they have a better linebackers, they have better secondary. They play better as a unit than the Washington football team. The Washington football team has a good front seven, but the secondary can't be. We saw Tom Brady shred their secondary when he had time. The difference between the Washington team and the Saints defense is the Saints defense is all around better. They have a better pass defense. They have better cornerbacks, better. If you had the match of the D lines, it's pretty even. The Saints D line, the Saints D line was good to the quarterback, and it was good stopping the run. That's a task that Byron Leftwich needs to overcome. Can't hold up all along. If the Bucs keep chiseling away, chiseling, the defense can break. It can break, man. I'm telling you, like, they're not unbeatable. The defense is not impenetrable. You can't penetrate the Saints defense. Yes, you can. But you got to be smart. Byron Leftwich and Bruce Arians got to come up with a good offensive game plan to stop on that D-line. The key to this game is trenches, folks. Over and over and over again. I know a lot of us Bucs fans, some of y'all nervous, right? I'm not nervous. I'm just more like, I'm not nervous. It's just more about individuals. Because team ball can overcome individual flaws. And we know, is the Bucs 100% healthy going into this game? No. We already know that. But they're healthy to win the game. But it starts in the trenches. The secondary, both secondaries later on today. But today, right now, was about the trenches. The Bucs know what they got to do. They got to believe. They do. I think what it is a confidence thing in the trenches. And I'm sitting there watching the game. I'm like, why are we not getting no pressure? JPP, Shaq, Barrett will have to play the game of their career, pretty much almost. They got to find a way to get around the Saints. The Saints at the tackle position are so much better than the Bucs. And we can honestly admit that as fans. Ramczyk and Armstead are really good at the tackle position. And if you go back and watch that last game, week number 9, Shaq Barrett couldn't do nothing against Ryan Ramczyk. JPP couldn't do nothing against Armstead. Gotta find a way to beat those tackles. Ty Bowles did to help the D-line. He didn't help the D-line. And they still wouldn't get back there because the Saints' interior was blocking. It's interesting. I sat there, I'm like, wait a minute, Bowles is blitzing. But the blitz got picked up by Pete, Cesar Ruiz, and Eric McCoy. And the Saints' interior O-line is not bad either. The Saints got a top 10 O-line. Their O-line and D-line complement each other. They drafted O-line, D-line. That's the difference between the Bucs and the Saints. For the last 6-7 years. O-line, D-line. That's the difference. And if the Bucs can play with confidence, this game is going to turn out in a lot of our favors. I promise you that. Go back and watch both games. Go back and watch the last 6 games. Or the last 5 games, the Bucs and Saints. And you tell me what the difference was. Just saying, folks, pay attention. Go if you haven't, just if you want to go look at some things and go look at some key things, go back and watch that second game and you tell me what the difference was. Matter of fact, tell me right now, what was the difference that you saw, the biggest you saw number 9 matchup that the Bucs not handle? Was it they couldn't throw the ball, they couldn't run the ball, or what was it? Was it the Saints D-line was just too much for them? Because nothing has changed from week 9 up until the game this week. The Saints D-line is who they are. They're not going to do anything different. The Saints D-line, they are who they are. Aggressive. They got big guys that can get to the quarterback, and they 7 or 8 deep. It's not like the Bucs don't know. The Bucs know what's coming. They know Saints D-line aggressive. Blocking scheme, Godwin. Come on, man. This twice. Matter of fact, you've seen this 4 times. The last 2 years, I played the Saints 4 times, and the Saints D-line smacked the Bucs O-line in the mouth. Every time. Why can't Harold Godwin, with a game plan, a blocking scheme, to corral the Saints D-line? Why is that? What is holding this team back from getting over the trenches hump? You go back to the last 4 games, each game, Saints D-line whipped the Bucs O-line every time. Where does it start at? Do the run the ball 30 times this weekend? I mean, it's frustrating when you go back and watch the tape. It looked like varsity versus on the D-line versus O-line situation against the Bucs and the Saints. It just seems like the Saints trenches are like the big brother and the Bucs trenches is like the little brother. It's just a massive difference the last 4 games. In order for the Bucs to win this game, the Bucs trenches will need aggressive with some action. Matter of fact, every single one of them O-line need to actually Ryan Jensen set the tone. How about that? Ryan Jensen set the tone. Ryan Jensen needs to set the tone in the trenches on the O-line, for the O-line. Get in, rough them up, muscle you around, and slap you around like little boys. Harold Godwin, come up with a blocking scheme to help the running game, to help the passing game. Stop with this weak scheme. I promise you, if the O-line and the D-line of the Bucs play better, I guarantee you the outcome will be exactly how we want it. Wait till this game. Watch. I'm telling you, I'm not worried about the weapon on the outside. I'm not worried about the quarterback. I'm not worried about the running game. Y'all gonna see me live this weekend. I'm gonna be talking about the trenches the whole game. Facts. Harold Godwin, Bruce Arians, Byron Leftwich, get the game plan together. Todd Bowles, get that pass rush together. I promise you, if that gets right, we're gonna be good. Anyway, I just want to drop that on y'all for a little bit. I know it's one of my favorite positions of the game, man. This is my favorite matchups in this game. I'm not worried about the other. I'm worried about two matchups, and I talked about them already: the coaching and the trenches. Now I'll talk about the secondary later on tonight or later on today. The Bucs secondary, the Saints secondary. I'll talk about them as well, and then tomorrow I'll probably touch on the running games and stuff like that. But I want to talk about the two most important things in this game: coaching and the trenches. Nothing else matters. Anything after that is pretty much just filler talk right now. Because we got talent. We already know that. We have talent. It's no need to keep beating a dead horse. We have talent. Duh. We got weapons on the outside. We can chuck the ball around and bombs away. Duh. But does bombs away work against this team? They tried it. Didn't work. Guess what? Do something different. Run the ball. Anyway, with that being said, I gotta check my email. Okay, I'll check my email. All right, I'll check it. Cody. So with that being said, to all my pirates, to all my bandits, keep doing what you do. Today is Throwdown Thursday. Subscribe to my channel. Like the channel. Share all the videos. The channel will keep growing because of you. Not because of me, because of you. I support you. You support me. You know how to goes. You hate me. I don't hate you. That's for them that come in here and troll every time I get on live. I love you too. I know it stings. You hate to see me come on live because it bothers you. But guess what? You help on the channel too. Anyway, with that being said, subscribe, like, comment, share. Fire those cannons. Seize the day. Gotta risk it to get the biscuit, folks. Hashtag ain't no excuses. Hashtag ain't no chill. Hashtag the trenches. Hashtag block better. Hashtag Super Bowl. I know Bucs fans that don't like when I say that. It stings. I know it stings. But it won't sting when we get to the Super Bowl. You'll be thanking me because I spoke it into existence. So deal with it. BucosLocker out. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.